Hey kids, this is the story of Cain and Abel, the first two children of Adam and Eve, and how one of them became a murderer. Now God had created the heavens and the earth perfect, and he placed Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. And in the garden they were tempted by the serpent, and they broke God's rule. So God drove them out of the garden so that they would not eat of the tree of life and live forever in sin. Now Adam knew his wife Eve, and she conceived, and she gave birth to a son named Cain. And she said, "With God's help, I have gotten a man-child." Later, she gave birth to his brother Abel. Now Abel kept flocks, and Cain worked the soil and grew crops. And when the harvest time came, Cain brought some of the fruit of the ground for an offering to the Lord. And Abel also presented an offering, some of the firstborn of his flock and their fat portions. And the Lord was pleased with Abel and his offering, but with Cain and his offering he was not pleased. So Cain became very angry, and his face was downcast. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you so angry, and why are you downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to dominate you, but you must master it." Now Cain said to his brother Abel, "Let us go out to the field." And while they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" And he said, "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" And the Lord said, "What have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying out to me from the ground. You are placed under a curse and can no longer farm the soil. It has soaked up your brother's blood as if it had opened its mouth to receive it when you killed him. If you try to grow crops, the soil will not produce anything. From now on, you will be a homeless wanderer on the earth." So Cain said to the Lord, "My punishment is greater than I can bear. You are driving me off the land and away from your presence. I will be a homeless wanderer on the earth, and anyone who finds me will kill me." But the Lord answered him, "No, if anyone kills you, vengeance will be taken on him sevenfold." Then the Lord put a mark on Cain so that no one who found him would kill him. So Cain left the Lord's presence and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. And Cain took a wife and knew his wife, and she conceived and gave birth to Enoch. Then Cain became the builder of a city, and he named the city Enoch after his son. And to Enoch were born children. The one was Lamech, who took two wives for himself, one named Ada and the other named Zillah. Ada gave birth to Jabal. He was the father of those who live in tents and raise livestock. And his brother's name was Jubal, and he was the father of all who play the harp and the flute. And Zillah gave birth to a son named Tubal-Cain, and he became an expert in forging tools of bronze and iron. Now Adam and Eve gave birth to another son, and they named him Seth, for she said, "God has given me another child in place of Abel, since Cain killed him." Seth also had a son, and he named him Enosh. At that time, men began to call on the name of the Lord. Now these are the family records of the descendants of Adam. On the day that God created man, he made him in the likeness of God. He created them male and female and blessed them. And when they were created, he called them man. When Adam was 130 years old, he became the father of a son like himself. In this very image, he named his son Seth. And after the birth of Seth, Adam lived another 800 years and he had other sons and daughters. So all the days that Adam lived was 930 years, and he died. Now Enoch was born, and when Enoch was 65 years old, he became the father of Methuselah. And after he became the father of Methuselah, Enoch walked with God for 300 years and had other sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked in close fellowship with God. And then one day he disappeared because God took him. Now Methuselah became the grandfather of Noah. And when Noah was 500 years old, he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Well, kids, this story of the first children on the earth shows us how bad our nature is and just how sinful we can become.